Hey Macy, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. I imagine you're having a lot of fun with your friends right now, but I'd appreciate it if you could tell me when you think you'll be home.
Wow, you're actually right about something for once. Yeah, I am having fun. I'm having a graduation party with my friends, which is exactly why I don't want to waste my time talking to you. I'll be home eventually. That's all you deserve to know.
The last time you said you'll be home eventually, you didn't get home until just before sunrise.
Yeah, and so what? Like, why do you even care? I think I'm old enough to have fun with my friends without you sticking your nose where it doesn't belong and trying to micromanage my social life.
This is your third graduation party this week. Do you really think you ought to be having multiple graduation parties when you haven't even found a job yet?
Would you just get off my back already? God, if you're only texting me right now to give me some stupid lecture, I'm not interested.
No, I didn't text you for a lecture. I'm just saying that I need to talk to you and would like you to come home as soon as you can.
Not a chance. This party's just getting started. And whatever you want to tell me, you can just text me about it. I'm not going to just jump in a taxi and come home whenever you want to have another boring chat.
This is something really important, Macy. I'd really like to talk to you about it in person, not by text.
There is nothing, not one thing that I want to talk to you about in person. I'm busy, and I'm not going out of my way to talk to you right now. You've stolen enough of my time already, so either tell me what you want to say by text or just leave me alone.
All right, if that's the way you want to do it, I'll come right out and say it.
There you go again, wasting more of my time. Don't tell me you're gonna say it, just frickin' say it.
Your father and I are getting divorced. Sean and I have been talking about a relationship for some time now, and we decided that it would be best for us to end it.
Oh, really? Well, it's about time this happened.
I take it to mean you noticed our difficulties? I'm sorry. I was hoping to be able to sort things out with him without troubling you.
No, I'm not talking about that. I don't pay attention to you at all. I'm just saying that a rotten old hag like you is bound to get kicked to the curb sooner or later. I guess my dad finally got the courage to tell you what's what.
I guess it was more obvious than I thought. Wow, that's rather direct of you. I don't think most people would refer to their mother as a rotten old hag, but maybe I'm just old-fashioned.
Excuse me? Who do you think you are? My mom? You're not my mom. You're absolutely nothing to me.
I've tried, Macy. I really have. I always held out hope that one day you would come to accept me as your mother. But there was always some kind of wall in between us.
That's putting it lightly. I couldn't believe it when all of a sudden, one day my dad comes into my room and tells me he's getting married to you. I had no idea what he was thinking. What kind of moron would actually get remarried to a useless, charmless woman like you?
We've been living together for over 10 years now, though. You mean to tell me that in all of our time together, you never once thought of me as your mother?
And why should I? Can you explain that to me? Why should I think of a parasite living off my dad's money as my mother?
Hold it right there. I'm a parasite? I have no idea why you'd say that. You know that I have a job of my own, too.
Oh yeah, sure, right, whatever. Any job that you can do must not pay much more than minimum wage. And now the gravy train has come to a stop. I wish I could have seen the look on your face when my dad told you he was finally getting rid of you. I bet you were crying your eyes out.
Not that it's any of your business, but no, I did not cry during that particular discussion. I do think it's unfortunate how things turned out and wished we could have settled things in a better way.
Yeah, unfortunate for you, you're gonna be homeless the very second you get booted out of my dad's house. So tell me, Grace, why is my dad dumping you?
There are a number of reasons why our relationship didn't work out.
Don't dodge the question, answer me. I know what you're going through is humiliating, but seriously, have some dignity.
I'm sorry, Macy, but you're under a huge misunderstanding. That's all I have to say for now, though. Your father and I are getting divorced.
Cool, thanks for giving me the good news. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna get back to having fun.
Hey, Mom, are you busy?
Not at the moment, dear. Can I help you with something?
Well, I've been talking to you about this for a while, but it's now official. Sean and I are getting divorced.
Oh dear. I guess you weren't able to get Sean to see reason after all?
I tried my hardest, Mom. Really, I did. But nothing I said got through to him.
Oh, I don't believe that fool. After all that you sacrificed for those two, all the dreams that you gave up on for their sake.
It's all right, Mom. You don't need to be mad about it. I did what I did because I wanted to. I was prepared for this sort of outcome when I decided to marry Sean and move in with him and Macy. But this time was an entirely different story than before. I was not going to pass up on this chance for anything.
How are you feeling about the whole situation, dear?
You know, it's kind of funny, actually. I don't really feel angry or resentful towards Sean at all. It's just, we weren't meant to be. We're on two completely different paths in life, and that's okay. For his part, Sean told me that he was doing what he thought was best for his future, too. I'm glad I married Sean. I was happy for the time I spent with him, and I don't regret a second of it. So, I plan to spend the rest of our time together as peacefully and happily as possible, then part on good terms.
Well, I suppose if this is what the both of you want, then there's nothing more for me to say about the matter. What about Macy, though? What's going to happen with her?
Mom, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen with that girl. I've tried to talk to her about it, but it really doesn't seem like she's doing any sort of serious job searching.
Well, I suppose she'll most likely choose to go with her father.
Yeah, I see that as the most probable outcome, too. It seems like she doesn't like me very much. Well, I may as well come out and say it. She totally hates my guts.
She does?
Yep, she made that very clear. When I told her about the divorce a little bit ago, she just laughed at me. She said I deserved to get dumped.
Wait, she thinks you got dumped?
It would seem so, yeah. I told her she had the wrong idea about us, but she wouldn't listen. Not just that, she told me that she never thought of me as her mother from the very beginning.
Unbelievable. What in the world is wrong with that girl? She has always seemed like she was quite a selfish, stubborn girl, but this is just incredible.
It was a bit of a shock for me to find out just how much she hated me, but I can own some of the blame for that. In any case, there's nothing I can do about that anymore, so there's no use dwelling on it. Well, that's all I have to tell you for now. I'll let you know once the details of the divorce are finalized.
Thank you for telling me, dear. Just let me know if you need to talk. I'll be here for you.
Hi, Macy. We really need to have a talk about the future.
Oh, great. You again. What do you want now? Are you gonna nag on me to stop having fun and come home again?
Nope, that ship has sailed. I don't think you've come home before 4 a.m. a single time this last week. So let's just talk by text.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying since forever ago. Like, do you really not get it? I don't want to see your face or hear your voice ever again.
Let's just move this conversation along, shall we? As you know, your father and I are getting divorced, and so we're no longer going to live together. I wanted to ask you what your plans are for when that happens.
Oh, for the love of God, please don't tell me that's a serious question. Did you ever, for a single moment, think that there was even the slightest possibility I would go with you? Well, I hate to break it to you, but I'm going to live with my dad. For real, why would you waste your time and mine asking me such an obvious question? My dad is actually my dad. You know, we're biological relatives. You, however, are nothing. Absolutely nothing to me.
I understand that's how you feel. I just thought that perhaps there was another option for you.
Another option? What are you talking about?
You could always move out, find an apartment, and start living on your own. I mean, you're a college graduate now. Most people get a job and move out pretty soon after graduating.
What I do with my life from now on is none of your business. Actually, you know what? It never was any of your business in the first place. I don't need some random old woman who means nothing to me giving me advice about my future. Thank you very much.
Very well then, Macy. If that's how you feel, then I'll hold my tongue from now on.
So when is this going to be official? Like, when are you going to finally be out of our lives?
Well, your father and I both have a number of things to take care of with our respective careers, so we were planning on living together until at least the end of this month.
Ugh, don't you think you could leave any quicker than that? I want to be rid of you as soon as possible.
Okay, Macy, I've been wondering about this for a long time, so I'm just gonna ask you straight. Why do you hate me so much? I'm not trying to guilt trip you or anything, but I have to say, I've done an awful lot for you and your dad. I took on all the housework despite having a full-time job, for starters.
Oh, isn't that rich? You start out all like, I'm not trying to guilt trip you. And then what do? Launch straight into a guilt trip. You want a medal or something? You made some money for us and did some cooking and cleaning for us. That's what you're supposed to do.
What do you mean?
Are you that clueless? If my dad hadn't picked you up, an ugly old bat like you would have stayed single for the rest of your life.
Excuse me?
It's been my biggest fear this entire time that you and my dad would have ended up having a kid together. I mean, I don't need to tell you that I'm gorgeous. Anyone with eyes can see that. But when I think about what it would be like for an innocent child to be cursed with bearing your genes, I almost want to cry. That baby would be better off being stillborn than to live a life being as ugly as you are. Honestly, if you ever did get pregnant, it would have been hard for me to resist slipping some Plan B into your morning coffee or something.
So that's how you really felt about me. I've been struggling for years with infertility. I've gone to doctors, tried every sort of therapy imaginable. But all the while, you were happy that I never had a baby.
And thank God you didn't.
All right. Thank you for being so honest with me, Macy. I guess this means there's nothing left for us to talk about.
There never was anything for us to talk about. I know you made up some nonsense about your work or something, but can't you move the schedule up a bit? Don't wait until the end of the month to leave. Leave today.
And why should I leave, pray tell?
Duh, this is my dad's house. He bought it for us. And now that you're getting divorced, that means he has no reason to put up with you anymore. Every second that I have to spend with you in that house is torture. I want you gone, and I want you gone now.
Torture? That seems like an awfully big exaggeration.
It's the plain and simple truth. Seriously, who in their right mind would actually want someone like you hanging around them? I hate you, my dad hates you, every single person in the whole world hates you. Go crawl into a cardboard box on the street or something, I don't care. Just get the hell out.
Very well. I suppose I'll just have to have a talk with Sean then. Okay, it's a done deal. You're getting your wish. Sean and I are moving up our divorce and will start living separately next week. You'll have to have your things packed up before then, so I suggest you get started soon.
Thank God. This should have been the plan all along. But why should I have to pack my stuff up? I'm staying in the same room I've always lived in. You're the one who needs to pack up all your stupid crap.
Oh, Macy, you're under the completely wrong impression about a lot of things.
About what? What do you mean?
I'm not the one who's moving out. You and Sean are.
What?
This is my house, not Sean's.
Oh, shut up. You are so full of it. I don't believe you.
If you want, go ahead and check it out for yourself. I'm the official legal owner of this house.
Wait a second. I get it now. You are a dirty, low-down, money-grubbing thief.
I'm sorry, why are you accusing me of being a thief now?
I know what you did. You must have used some stupid legal trick in order to get the house from my dad when you got divorced. Of all the dirty, rotten things to do, you already stole 10 years of my dad's life, but that wasn't enough for you. You were bragging about your job before, weren't you? Get your own house. Don't steal my dad's.
Once again, you're wrong. I didn't get the house from your dad in the divorce, and I definitely didn't steal it from him. This was always my house, from the very beginning.
There is no way you could afford it, though.
Let's start clearing up your misconceptions one at a time. First, you seem to be under the impression that your father is earning a very high salary at his work. While your father is doing quite well for himself, I'm actually making far more annually than he is.
I know for a fact that you're lying. My dad's always working overtime. He barely ever gets home before 8 or 9 o'clock. Meanwhile, I don't think you've ever done any overtime. You are always home by 6, and you typically have dinner ready before I get home. There is no possible way that you could make more than him while working so little.
I guess I can't blame you for not knowing.
Not knowing what? Just tell me what you're trying to say already.
I work for a rather large company, one of the largest in the country, actually. As such, they have plenty of resources available to make the working environment as pleasant as possible for their employees. They have plenty of staff on payroll, so there is rarely ever any need to work overtime. Now, on the other hand, a small business simply can't afford to hire enough people to have that sort of work style, which means the few employees they do hire end up having to do a lot of overtime.
So you're serious then? You really make more money than my dad?
That's right, but Sean's never had any sort of issue with that. He just keeps working his hardest at his company. I was the one who had more resources at my disposal when we got married, so I bought the house. And since we're getting divorced, that means that you and your father are the ones who are moving out, not me.
But hold on, you can't just kick us out of the house with only a week's notice. We need more time.
Yes, I know, and I was planning to give you until the end of the month to find new living arrangements. You were determined to separate as soon as possible, though, so we moved things up to next week.
If that were the case, you should have told us so sooner. Man, this sucks. You mean we're really gonna have to move out?
That's what I've been trying to tell you, yes. I talked to Sean about it, and he agreed to your terms, so he's already started getting ready to move out, and I suggest you do the same as well.
Whatever, fine. You want us gone? Gladly. I'm gonna go and live with my dad. Just the two of us. It's gonna be way more fun than living with you.
I hope the two of you are happy together.
Hey, Grace, can we talk?
You want to talk to me? That's unusual. What can I do for you?
I was wondering, would it be okay if I just kept living here in this house?
Hold on, I'm confused. Didn't you say that you were going to go and live together with Sean?
Well, that's what I was planning on doing, but I talked to my dad about it, and he said no.
Uh-oh, he turned you down?
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to live with me anymore.
Wow, that's awful direct of him. Did he tell you why?
Yeah, he told me all about it. I guess he's been mad at me for a long time now.
Wait, is that right? Well, that's odd. He never mentioned anything about that to me.
So a while ago, my dad came to me, and he said that since I wasn't really looking for work, he thought he could get me a job at this one company.
Huh, this is the first I'm hearing of this.
He told me about it and set me up with an interview, but I don't know, it seemed like it would be pretty boring. So I called the company and canceled the morning of my interview. Then it turned out that the guy I was supposed to be interviewing with was a good friend of my dad's.
Ah, now I think I understand. The way you suddenly canceled the interview damaged your dad's reputation.
Yeah, I guess so. Apparently my dad had to call in a favor with that guy in order to get me an interview. So when I bailed on an interview that put a multi-decade business relationship in jeopardy, well, my dad kinda lost it.
Huh, to be quite honest, I don't really blame him for losing it.
And you really didn't notice how cold he's been to me ever since then? I mean, you're divorced now, but you were married up until just a little bit ago.
Did you think this was something we decided recently? No, we've actually been discussing getting divorced for quite a while. Almost a year, in fact. And for the last few months, that's practically the only thing we ever talk about. I don't even remember the last time Sean asked me how my day was. And in any case, getting mad at me isn't going to help you. This is all your fault for not being more diligent about finding a job after graduation. I tried to warn you, didn't I?
I had no idea that he'd get so mad at me over getting a job, though. And besides, that's not even the main issue. He said that he never intended to support me after I graduated college anyway.
Well, yeah, you are an adult now.
And then there's this crazy plan that he's got for himself. I guess he's gonna do some trip around the country, climbing a bunch of mountains. And then once he's done all the mountains in this country, he's gonna go around the world and climb more mountains.
Yeah, he's talked to me a lot about that.
He quit his job and everything. He says that he's gonna live on his own from now on. And that means that I can never live with him ever again.
Then I guess there's nothing for you to do but respect his wishes. He's worked hard enough to support you up until now. He deserves to have his happiness, and the sooner you accept that, the easier it'll be for you.
But what am I supposed to do now, huh?
Well, whatever you do, you're not going to do it in my house. I suppose that's your first order of business. Find a new place to live.
Hold on, you only gave me a few more days to move out of your house. How am I supposed to find a new place with that little time?
Nah, I'm not interested in hearing that kind of excuse from you. You're not a little girl anymore. You're 21 and out of college. You're far too old to be depending on your parents to solve all your problems for you.
Please, I am begging you. Let me stay here. Don't you care what happens to your daughter?
Daughter? Daughter. No, sorry, I don't think I have any daughter. There was one girl who lived with me for a bit over 10 years, but she told me that I wasn't her mother, so...
But...
No buts. This is your problem. You fix it.
Hey, Grandma, could you do me a favor?
Well, hello there, dear. What can I do for you?
You heard that my parents are getting divorced, right?
I most certainly did. That's a private matter between those two, though, and it's not my place to question their decisions.
That's not what I wanted to ask you about. I wanted to ask if I could maybe live with you for a couple of weeks or a month or so.
Oh, well, that's rather sudden.
Yeah, well, it turns out that when they divorced, we're getting kicked out of the house. And I've got no place to go.
And what about Sean?
He turned me down.
Well, then I guess you're on your own.
That's it? I'm on my own? I'm your granddaughter. Don't you care about me?
You are not my granddaughter, and I've never considered you as such.
What?
All you are is some selfish little brat who came around my house and caused a ruckus every now and then. My husband and I could never stand being around you, and we'd sooner die right here and now than live with you.
No way! You really hated me all this time?
That's right. The only reason we put up with you is because Grace cared about you. And now we'll never have to deal with you or your obnoxious attitude ever again.
Okay, so maybe I did have a bit of a bad attitude, but I'm sorry for everything, okay? So please, can't you just let me stay with you just for a little while? I swear, you won't even know I'm there.
Sorry, but I'm not too inclined to provide room and board to someone who called my daughter an ugly old bat.
She told you about that?
She sure did. And let me tell you, little girl, my Grace went through hell and back for you and your father. I doubt you know this, but Grace is an exceptionally talented businesswoman. Her company has given her chances for promotions multiple times in the past, but she's turned them down every time. Why? Because she'd be too busy with work to spend time with you two.
She really did that?
Is it that hard to imagine that a woman would want to spend time with her husband and the girl she considered to be her daughter? Plus, she even bought that house specifically because it was close enough to your college that you wouldn't need to live in a dorm. She could have afforded a much nicer house in a much nicer neighborhood, but she gave up that life and more, all for your benefit. And how did you repay her?
I'm sorry. I just never realized that she was doing all that for me. But now that I know, I want to do whatever I can to make amends. I don't want to lose her. So do you think you could convince Grace to let me stay with her? Please, give me another chance at having a mom.
Not in a million years, you wretched little ingrate. Now you get out of that house and you never bother my daughter ever again.
Oh, this can't be happening to me. Mom, where did you go? Where did you move to?
Who are you calling Mom? I'm not your mother. And why are you contacting me? I divorced your father, and there's nothing connecting the two of us anymore.
Sure there is. We spent over 10 years together, didn't we?
And who was it who made the decision to sever the ties we built up over that time?
I know. I messed up. I realize that now. But I'm in big trouble.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, really big trouble. I took out a loan in order to get started on my own, but nearly all of my paycheck is going to my monthly payments. I'm living off lettuce and ramen noodles.
Wow, that sounds rough.
It is rough, so I figured, maybe you would be willing to help me out. So I stopped by your house. But then I saw a for sale sign in the yard.
Yikes, you mean you actually went to my house? Wow, I'm glad I put the house up for sale and moved out as quick as I did.
Come on, don't talk like that. Will you tell me where your new address is?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind telling you.
Wait, really? You mean it?
Of course, I'm in Tokyo.
Tokyo? You mean like the Tokyo in Japan? That Tokyo?
I don't think there are any other Tokyos in the world. My company is a subsidiary of a Japanese firm, and a while back, they invited me to come and work at corporate headquarters in Tokyo, so I went to Sean and told him all about it. I went to Japan when I was in college, and I absolutely loved it. It was always my dream to live and work here someday. But Sean said that he wasn't going to give up his dream of climbing every mountain in America. And that was where the cracks started to form in our relationship. I tried bringing up the subject to him a couple times after that, but neither of us were willing to budge from our positions. Then, one day, we kind of looked each other in the eye, and I think that was when we realized that we both knew what we had to do. We would get divorced so that both of us could pursue our own dreams.
Oh, so that's why you got divorced.
Yep, so as soon as our divorce was finalized, I hopped on the first plane to Japan, and I've been living here ever since. If you'd like to live with me, then you'll have to move out here.
All right, in that case, could you spot me the money to buy a plane ticket? I'll pay you back eventually, I promise. All I need is a couple $1,000 for expenses, and I'll be over there right away.
Are you kidding? Why should I have to loan you the money you need to move in with me?
Well, it's not like I've got enough money to buy a plane ticket to fly to the literal opposite side of the planet.
Oh, okay. Then you'll just have to deal with living on that side of the planet. I already told you, don't expect me to solve all your problems for you.
But Mom, I can't make it on my own. My life is turning into an unmitigated disaster.
If you want something, talk to Sean. He's your father. And unlike me, he's your real parent.
Don't you think I've tried that? I have been messaging him a bunch of times every day for the past few weeks, but he won't answer me anymore.
Ah, that's a bummer. Looks like he's finally had enough of you.
Please, Mom, I am begging you. There is literally no one else that I can turn to for help.
How many times do I have to tell you this? I am not your mother, so stop calling me Mom. I hate you. Your dad hates you. Every single person in the whole world hates you. Go crawl into a cardboard box on the street or something. I don't care. Just leave me alone.
That's terrible. Everyone in the world hates me? How could you say something like that to me?
I don't know. You didn't seem to have a problem saying it to me.
Huh?
Oh, you mean you don't remember? You told me that everyone in the world hates me and demanded that I move out of my own house.
Oh. Well, I'm really, really sorry about that.
You don't need to apologize at all, Macy. Really, you were totally on the right track. Someone who manages to push away even their own birth parents must be the absolute lowest form of life on the planet. I don't want to live with a person like that, and I don't want to talk to them either. So, on that note, I'm blocking your number. Good luck! And that's the story of how Macy managed to alienate both her father and stepmother and began life on her own. Needless to say, she didn't do very well. After a while, she decided to try and put her good looks to use and signed up for a website that matches wealthy men with trophy wives. However, she ended up getting scammed by a con artist who walked away with what little money she had left to her name. She was no longer able to make payments on her loan, which meant constant late-night calls and visits from debt collectors. The last I heard, she ended up leaving town in an attempt to escape all the consequences of her bad behavior. As for myself, I'm absolutely loving my life in Tokyo. It's everything I dreamed it would be and more. I do feel it's unfortunate that I had to lose my family to get here and wish that things could have gone differently, but I don't have any regrets. I was right not to let anyone come between me and making my dreams a reality. My next goal is to save up enough money to buy my parents back in America a new house. The one they're living in has tall stairs, and it's not very safe for people their age. That's the least that I can do to repay them for all the support they've given me over the years.